The haters say Ty Simpson is going to play like he did last year in mop-up duty. And he's going to play poorly like he did in every other time we saw him in a game, skipping passes and, just being generally unsure on the field. Well, too bad excellence does not work like that. Let me explain something to you right here around the herd. Fans, Roll Tide, Alabama fans, and welcome to Tike Sports. This is the Alabama Football Megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. Thank you for thumbing over and checking me out on whichever virtual space you have selected here on this day. Share a pound with a brother as you come in. Drop it right on that subscribe button as you settle in. We got a lot to talk about. And if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, please let the algorithm know what's going on over here by poking that like button right in the eye. interesting story. I just watched a little bit of Locked On Baylor for the most part. Baylor is a favorite in their first game of the year against one of our in-state counterparts. That's shocking. I'm shocked. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, we were talking about the best offenses and best defenses. I went on over to the Water Cooler Talk show, and we talked about some things. Of course, they are a great group of Auburn Americans, and things got heated, y'all. Straight heated. But I'm not here for that. Just go check that out. It was 2 hours, but right around the 22nd minute of that show, I gave my opinion, and then they start going at each other. Not even at me. Of course, you know, every Alabama player, team, historical figure caught a bunch of strays in the process. But, you know. But today we're going to focus on the Crimson Tide 2025 offense. I mean, offense by itself, we ain't going to talk nothing but offense. And to kick things off, this offense goes absolutely nowhere without who? Without what? Without the offensive line. That's right. We're going to start right here with the offensive line. Our offensive line blends elite youth and valuable experience. I mean, Proctor and Brailsford, let's just face it, they provide a strong foundation on the left, in the middle of the doggone line. And then you got these doggone anchors of men, possibly Cam Dewberry, maybe Jaden Roberts, who recently was recorded squatting 900 pounds, want to provide a punishing interior. And we got blue chippers all over the 2 deep depth charts. People that are going to be learning and getting ready to be effective with the Crimson Tide this season. The projected starters, from what I gather, I'm not sitting there, and I know they're going for the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line. They're trying to get in there, and Parker Brailsford said he wants that award for the best center. He said it today in a press conference. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta have a goal. But the projected starters, as it looks right now, we're looking at Caden Proctor, you know, the big guy, the junior. Probably should have been community pro yesterday or last month. Doing the Hughes, 5-star. He's actually a transfer. Remember, he went to Iowa for a hot second, looked around, and he said, "Me no like it here," and came on back to blue. You know, All-American candidate, of course. Cam Dewberry, he's a senior. Don't know if he's going to be the starter at left guard, but he's an honorary individual. Transferred from Texas A&M. He has experience. He has powerful run blocking ability, but we don't know yet. It all remains to be seen who will be the starters for this great, awesome line. We need them real early. My man, Steve Bama, like the player of roll tide to you, Steve Bama. I know he hits the show before it even started and get on out of there. That man stay busy. He's a hog hunter. You don't know what that is? Don't worry about it. Parker Brailsford, yeah, he's getting ready to go. He's a transfer from Washington. He came over with Caleb DeBoer and definitely headed to the NFL. Oh, pitch him today. I know the team is getting bigger. You may have heard me say or seen reports where everybody's getting big. Parker Brailsford, who's like a defensive end? I mean, centers don't have to be that big, but that guy is not. He holding on to a lot of weight. But if your boy Tight can look like that guy, oh boy, it'd be. I might be buying my groceries down at the grocery store. Anyway, Jaden Roberts, who we talked about, he's massive. He's athletic. I hadn't seen a depth chart, but I know Jaden Roberts is going to be the right guard for this team. Unless some injury happens and he goes to be the right tackle, I think he'll get out there. And at right tackle, we're looking at Wilkin Thornton, 6'6", 320. He's a redshirt freshman or a redshirt sophomore. He played last year. Made a lot of mistakes last year, but it must have been something to it because they ain't like they replaced him too much. He had about 12 massive mistakes, to be honest. And we don't expect to see those this year. That's the big thing about him, getting those mistakes out of the way and moving on with the rest of your life. But he will be battling for that starting spot, but I think he's going to get it. when you look at our preseason honors, Caden Proctor's preseason, I don't know, second team. Parker Brailsford trying to go for that Remington Trophy. That's one for the centers. Athlon and Lindy's had him on second team All SEC. And a couple other lists. He's projected to be a day 2 pick. Got to be careful at center because there's only 32 starting jobs to go around. You do have to have a backup. But his size is one of worry about him trying to play guard until he becomes the center. Right, Landon Dickinson was the guard. He was center for us. He was the guard for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't know. He didn't move over to center. He just stayed at guard. But the man is kind of smart. Cam Dewberry, they got him estimated to be on a couple of these teams and the draft watching this. He got a lot to prove. That's why I say it's not locked in that he's going to be the guy, but he has a lot to prove. I mean, this is going to be a big year for him. Jaden Roberts, Fox Sports has him as a 2025 break player on their watch list. As an honorable mention, All ACC candidate. And I'm just looking for big things. I'm looking for a huge run game. But I'm just looking for a big, explosive offense. I won't lie, last year, Milroe skills had us doing something else. The strategic or lack of strategy by our offensive coordinator had us doing less than I thought we would do. And I don't know. It's like he still got a job and Jalen got drafted. It's like, what? Something went wrong. But 9 wins. But if what we have going on here continues, I'm definitely looking at 10 wins. And I kind of get a feeling, a little itch on my shoulder that says we might be looking at 11 wins on our here. Just good what happened. But when you're looking at the bench, let's see who we got. Michael Carroll, he's down there. Michael Carroll is a young man out of, you may have heard IMG Academy. Love his aggressiveness. You got Gino Vandermark. This is his last year. That's who I thought would be battling for that left guard position versus Cam Dewberry, because this guy's like a 5th-year senior. He came over from Michigan State last year. He has Big Ten experience. I think he played a lot. It was Michigan State, and he came down here to cut his teeth, but he played a little bit. But like I said, that's the only person I think that could probably take Cam Dewberry out, because to be honest, coming over, Cam Dewberry didn't get a lot of playing time last year at Texas A&M. So I'm keep your eye on that. I'm just keeping my eye on that. And you got another freshman, I think a redshirt freshman, Joseph Ionata. He has a high ceiling. He's intelligent, technique-driven, and my man Casey Coates, the versatile blue chip recruit. They say he can play all 3 interior positions. Like I said, ankles do get twisted, bones do break, tendons do get strained. You never know. You got somebody in there like we did for Caden Proctor last year. That really, set things back when it came to being a cohesive unit. Olaf Alanin, 6'6", 320 pounds, out of Finland. That's right, Finland, not Florida. Finland. He's ready to compete, but he's learning the game. I don't know if he's been playing his whole life. He's probably playing something a lot more physical, like rugby. If you ever watch one of those things, one of those games, he's been playing, but he's a big guy. He's ready to compete. Of course, did I mention Jackson Lloyd? I think I did. No, Jackson Lloyd is another 4-star out of California. Technically advanced with long-term upside, but he's young. And so I don't expect 10 linemen to play this year if they're all healthy, but I expect us to build up some depth, but not only this year, but moving forward. So a lot of these guys are going to play. Let's see. It's me. How you doing, Roll Tide? In your opinion, how long does it take for Auburn to recover from the freeze era? I am encouraging them greatly not to fire their coach because I don't want that school to become a drain on the state, facts-wise, and we need to have people that be interested in watching the Iron Bowl on something other than let's see. It's me that's telling me that my track is slapping too hard. My bad. It's the old hip hop era, riding around the car. I can't hear. It's me calling me? Anyway, no. But let's see. Where am I? But I just want to. I don't want to have what's the name of it? I don't want to have the Iron Bowl to be on Jefferson Pilot games again. We had the Iron Bowl 11 o'clock. So I want them to keep it. So if they can keep somebody that's winning 5 or 6 games, then the whole nation will be interested in what's going on. So other than that, see, this is the problem with having people in the office. This phone is not supposed to be ringing, folks. This just drives me crazy. Arkel Anwar. He is an underrated JUCO product. I think he's coming over from Ball State. Excellent athlete. He could play tackle, and there's another guy there battling. Couple guys. Rock Montgomery is raw. We're going to need depth going forward because this year, Parker's gone, possibly. Jaden Roberts gone, possibly, and Proctor. So you can lose 3 guys. So it's crucial that we get these guys 50 SEC snaps somewhere along. Give the coach something to Coach Kapilovic. Give them some cues, something to get on them about, to get them ready for when it's their time to compete to become full-time starters. So Rock Montgomery is another guy. I've been hearing a lot about his name. Got a lot of guys. So we can hold on to all of them. That is the key going forward. The media's football focus has Alabama's offensive line. They're, ranked in the top 10 nationally, despite what other people feel because of their returning starters, the elite talent and physical traits, and say something's clapping. I don't know what that is. This means saying he's getting something on his side over there. But we're gonna push forward. I think it's that. I think I got an idea. It's a reason I use the music so people can't just pick this stuff and get along with it. There's a reason for it to be in there, but we're going to do our best. Now, CBS Sports says that Alabama's offensive line is it's a breakout candidate for the group of 2025, projecting major growth under Coach Kapilovic. And ESPN and Fox Sports says it's going to be one of the top 3 SEC offensive lines. Talking about the recruiting and the potential first-round talent. Let's see. Got that. Appreciate it. It's me helping me to provide, to create a quality product. Moving on to our next group that people on the show, they just disrespecting this room. Our running back room, I don't know. It's like it's full of NFL players to me. The tailbacks, your primary ball handlers, our dual threat guys, our halfbacks, power backs, and the guys that can get you some tough yards. I think this is a great group. This is a great group, and I think under Ryan Grubb and Caleb DeBoer, they're going to emphasize that spread profile hybrid thing. And I think we're going to have what did my man Ted say? He said an intentional run game this year. We're going to get back to what. That's what it is. That sucks. Hey, trying to figure out. I hope you can hear what I'm saying, but who don't want to walk around with their own applause button on? Thank you, it's me. Thank you for figuring that out because I didn't know what the heck you're talking about. Let me I can turn my music back up. There you go. Now we're cooking with grease or gas. That's the applause. Okay. Ryan Grubb and them, they're going to use these tailbacks, and starting out, everybody know is that Jam Miller is a explosive cut runner. He got top end speed, but he knows compact. He's more built for power than anything else. Guy got these huge arms. I think he's going to be RB1, and then he can get on out of there. We got plenty of rest last year. He only had 645 yards. 7 touchdowns on 98 carries. Should have had a lot more than that, man. That was crazy. Milroe had all the runs though, because design run, QB left, design run at the middle. It was crazy. I hadn't seen a running offense like that since Walter Lewis and them running the wishbone. It was a lot. I don't know, but if they would try to do something else, we would have won 6 games. I don't know. That's what it looked like. Coming in number 2 for me is going to be Red. Thank you, it's me. Thank you. Richard Young's a redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 210. Highly recruited out of high school. He's a powerful inside runner, and he's very agile. Some people say surprisingly at 210, but let me tell you something. I think he got a little nicked up with his ankle or something. I saw it. I mean, but we didn't have enough carries to go around. I saw it though. Everybody was like, "This guy better than Jam?" I don't know. Was he better than Justin Haynes? I don't look like it, But when he got his opportunities, I mean, it was getting there, but we just didn't use it. He's working on his patience and his vision at the spring practices this spring, and who knows? I pray. I just pray for like 2,300 yards rushing. Jam goes over 1,000 or more. Get another back come in there like 700, 750, and you get another back that got 500. I would love that. The number 3 spot, I think, for me is Draylen Washington. It's because of his experience. Draylen Washington comes over from the University of Louisiana. One of them. I don't know which one. Just not LSU. I think it was the Raging Cajuns. 5'9", 225 pounds. He has track speed. And I tell you, the man is built like a fire hydrant with a jetpack on his back. I mean, he produced out of school that don't usually get a lot of production. Like even when they was losing, he was winning. When he did well, they won. But I'm expecting a lot of him. He has a low center of gravity. His body is built to absorb that contact, and he's a wide guy. I think he probably had to slim down in that Tuscaloosa heat. But he reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew. You know what I'm saying? He always looked kind of stumpy, but he was effective, especially when he was at UCLA. But I think Draylen, it's like I seen some runs where he kind of like detonates. He don't like just hit the hole. He just boom, it just explodes and uses speed. He breaks the first tackle. If he can do that in the SEC on half of his runs, that he could be a number 2 guy. And let's face it, he got to have it. I don't know if he has 2 years left of play or if he has the 1 year left, but if he only has 1, that man is highly motivated to do very, very well. It's me's coming back. Yeah, it just popped up on my algorithm, I guess, on my YouTube. It was like Locked On Baylor. They were even shocked, but they were a 1.5 point favorite. Now they're just a 1.5 point underdog. So it's almost like a pick'em game, which is someone said it's sad to see. I don't. Anyway, he's going back to Draylen Washington. He's a downhill punisher. If I know he did it against different competition, I won't say lesser. I don't want to disrespect those young men in the whatever conference that is. Is that Conference USA? But the man got contact balance. I mean, I just want to see faster than Jam Miller because he's a little bit bigger than him. But if he's faster, he could be the number 2 back. But the guy's like a battering ram when he comes out. You got to watch the film. I think I just released a video on him, and I'm trying to do a little series on the 7 impactful transfers that University of Alabama was brought in this year. Check those out when you get a chance. And he's a guy definitely we can use him when it comes to short yardage. During his time at the University of Louisiana, he had 1,350 yards. He had almost 6 yards to carry. And if I SEC select that thing, that 6 yards probably still close to 4.5 in the SEC, which is pretty good. And he caught a couple of touchdowns as well, a couple of passes. Kevin Riley, he's from Tuscaloosa County, 4-star guy. He's a top back. We ain't heard nothing from him. I don't know if I guess he's still, I don't know. They say compared to Josh Jacobs, that's not a bad thing. Compare me to Josh Jacobs, especially at the bank. Then you have Daniel Hill. I've been hearing his name a lot. Converted from a quarterback. He's built like a fullback, halfback, 6'1", 230. He's a power back. And last but not least, number 6 in that room. I guess number 6. I don't know if y'all remember a guy, AK Deer. He had the world waiting to see where he was going to school. 225 pounds. I guess he would be maybe a redshirt freshman now because he didn't play last year. He was on the team last year. So hopefully he's a redshirt freshman. 6'1", 225. Known for his downhill physical running style, out of Mississippi, 4-star, had over 2,000 yards in high school, 30 touchdowns. 2,000 yards, sorry, his senior year of high school. I mean, I just think things are changing in Alabama for the best. I think they want to go out on the field, and Kalen DeBoer doesn't want to say, okay, my quarterback, i.e. Michael Penix, type, is about to destroy you. You're not going to be able to stop it. Like if you watch those great Oregon games they play. He don't want to do that. He's dealing with so much talent now. He's like, we're gonna feed everybody and then let them, you pick your own poison. If you remember the old Ghostbusters thing, you pick how you want to get destroyed today. You pick it. What you want? You want some Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, or do I have to Isaiah Horton and go to my tight ends, or do we need to run it? And just because Ty Simpson is not as fast as Milroe, go watch those films. He's a 5-star. People are saying his running would be more dangerous than Jalen because he has the ability to keep his head up while he's running, to extend plays, to let a play develop. And we got a lot of speedsters out there. So I'm looking forward to what this running back group is going to give us this year. I really, really am. Jam Miller, of course, he has all the preseason accolades. Everybody's expecting him to get drafted eventually. He's that kind of player. Now, he was a 4-star, but not, back then, they didn't want him. Now he hot, they all up on him. The world is expecting a lot from Jam Miller. Well, at least everybody outside of Lee County, Alabama. They're expecting this guy to have a great season because they think Ryan Grubb is going to come back and be intentional about running the ball. The 2025 Alabama running back room blends speed, power, versatility, anchored by Jam Miller and supported by Draylen Young and a cast of characters that we just mentioned. They're considered a top 5 group in the country by a lot of different top 5, not top 10, top 5 group. People told me last night, they ain't never heard of them. Okay. okay, I'm reloaded. So I'm just saying, let's see where we're here. Now that covers the running game, a quarterback's best friend, and running is a running game, especially inexperienced like Ty Simpson is. Now let's talk about what I like to call, I don't know if somebody else, I call it the quarterback security blanket. Tight ends. If you don't properly account for these guys, you will lose a lot of these games. That's on offense and defense, to be honest. However, if you get dynamic tight end play, it can lead to a double-digit win season. Go do your own research. I mean, the tight end room, we took some hits and we lost some good players last year, but of course we weren't throwing the ball to them so much. But I think we got what it takes. We got a nationally proven star. We got size, we got versatility, we got some developmental potential. And I ain't trying to be funny. I watched the film on this freshman that's up there now. I think he came in June. Depending on what Kalen DeBoer want to do, they may put that boy in the game. Let's go down there. Let's go down the depth chart. Now we know Josh Quavers, redshirt senior. He came from Washington with DeBoer. He also played at Cal Poly. He's going to be the main guy. 6'4", 245. He's nimble. He can block. He can throw you off. Danny Lewis coming in, 6'5", 255. He's more of an inline run back blocker, but everybody got to learn how to catch. But he's a big guy. He don't look 250. He's like a 255 basketball player, like a power forward. So he might get loose too. I don't know if we didn't throw him the ball enough or what, but I think he can make some crucial plays. He kind of built like O.J. Howard. Y'all may remember him. Peyton Fox, developmental. He's coming along. Marshall Pritchett. He's an athletic freshman guy, highly touted, 6'5", 250, 225. Gonna need to pick up some weight unless they go to a 4th receiver and they just need somebody tough in the middle, maybe to provide a little screen action for one of the receivers that's already out there, or just to confuse the defense. We can run. You can run the ball. You got somebody the size of Isaiah Horton and the size of Marshall Pritchett out there in your slots blocking for one of these backs. telling you, I don't think we're gonna know where it's coming from. And that'll be a good thing, because I hate looking at an offense for one of my favorite teams and saying, we about to run the ball to the right. We about to throw the ball to the wide receiver. I hate that. It's like, even though sometimes you just can't stop it, it feels like we're about to lose. Now, the guy I was talking about, the guy that's got my attention, Caleb Edwards out of California. He's an athlete. Played basketball. They say 6'4". I seen some say 6'6". He's a little undersized right now. This thing says 225. When I did a film on him, he was at 240 already. But I can get that. He's still young. But when I tell you this guy can make big catches from the tight end position and he ain't worried about contact, So I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a couple of plays from some of the upperclassmen. Then we got Jack San Marco. They call him a walk-on. He's a sophomore. He's probably going to be more a scout teamer, to be honest, but also probably play on your on special teams. And I don't ignore special teams. It's a really big part of the game, which every Alabama fan will really, really find out this year, as all of our specialists are being replaced this year. Peter Newsom is another guy. They want to call him a redshirt senior walk-on. I mean, he's been there for 4 years. He's still walking on. Anyway, who knows? Because these are the guys that come out in the short, when you get the goal line and the short yardage things, that sometimes they let them leak out and it becomes a big play. I just want you to know who you're dealing with, but not to be foolish. As long as Josh is healthy, he's going to lock that thing down. He's the most experienced person in the room. Been getting stats everywhere he went. I think the draft, NFL is probably looking at him day 3, maybe a free agent type, but one season could change a lot for him. I mean, one season could really do it. Danny Lewis does provide a veteran presence. He's developed a lot physically, like I said, 255 pounds, and he's considered to be the best blocker in the group. Let's see. Peyton Fox. It's just people all over the place. Marshall Pritchard, highly athletic, from Rayburn Gap, Nacoochee. What is that? Nacoochee, Georgia. Rayburn Gap in Nacoochee, Georgia. 6'5", 225, but I've seen him play. I want to say he played a little quarterback while he was in high school too. So he has vertical speed. And see, that's the thing. The newer tight ends, those that didn't come from Saban or was brought in, they some different cats. They more on that, what's the guy dating Taylor Swift? That they on that we do more than block thing. Like we don't even want you to stay in and run block all the time. We want you to throw them off. So it's looking good. It's really looking good. This is probably the most questionable group as far as who's going to be the second and third person up. And I know there'll be some packages where DeBoer is definitely going to have 2 to 3. And he had 3 in last year a lot. They were doing more running with Jalen, but I can see him having 2 in there a lot of times, depending on what they're trying to do. And I don't have a problem with it. Now, as far as what the media is saying, they're not ranked in the top 10 in Pro Football Focus, but like I said, Josh, he's they have him as having probably a breakout season. CBS Sports sees him as unproven but athletic. You just watch the film, you can see it. Fox Sports said that they are intriguing. They have intriguing depth, but there's no clear NFL starter. And they did like Marshall Pritchard's upside because he's very fast. I mean, he's really a receiver right now. I don't know if he'll be a receiver on the level of Isaiah Horton and Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams, Lacia Brooks, and the whole game, but that's where his body build is right now. They had about 15, 20 pounds to him. That could change for him. So Athlon Sports projected Danny Lewis as a key to the run blocking. But I just think if you're at that position, the way the boy is talking about versatility, you got to be able to do both. Because you don't want a guy like, who's that? Is that Danny? Okay, they're about to run the ball. Them days been gone. That's been over. That has been over. So I think the tight end group, we don't have that top tier talent, proven talent like we've had before, But Josh, I think is going to get us in the right, get it going in the right direction as far as receiving production. And I just think over time, working with their coaches and working with Grubb, and you got an inexperienced quarterback, you got to give him that security blanket. The running game's going well. If you see it downfield, if you don't see it, you can hit the back out of the backfield, but why not throw it to the tight end? Nice little 7-yard gain. It never hurt nobody unless it was 3rd and 9. Let me go back and see. Ismi has something. He said, we're going to be all right for a few years to come. Some big boys in the QB room. That's right. Everywhere. SEC, going to be good this year. Tennessee gone. AU gone. Mississippi State scares me every year due to injuries. A lot of people are high on Mississippi State. I am not. AU going to have a hard time getting a coach because Heupel will be at Oklahoma next year. Oh, you think he's going to get up out of Tennessee? That's interesting. I don't know. You got to be right and exact when you go back home. I don't know about leaving Tennessee. Oklahoma is nice, though, but anyway, next group coming up, one of the most heralded groups in the country that ain't done a doggone thing. The wide receivers. I mean, just talent on top of talent. And we all know about Isaiah Horton coming over from Miami, and has the size, and Jermaine Bernard has the skill, talent, and Ryan Williams, he's not 17, he's 18, but he's learned the whole game. And everybody said he only got one pattern, but you didn't need but one. You need but one route when you're 17 years old, and you can outrun, outjump, and outplay everybody. But what happens if you teach him 2 routes? I think, 9 routes? Is it 9 routes on the tree? Well, we give him 3 routes. That means he's still probably going to leave your DB in the dust. But let's talk about the other guys. Pro Football Focus has this room ranked as the number 6 unit in the nation. CBS has them listed as, it's top 5 in SEC. Because of explosiveness, that's people on the field, and depth. Everybody else. Fox Sports, top 10 nationally, led by Ryan Williams. I'm quoting here. Athlon Sports called the Tide's wide receiver group one of the most dynamic blends of youth and speed in the SEC. I wish they would have said in the nation, because I don't think too many people in the SEC can do this. So, starting, you got the big boundary guy, Isaiah Horton, 6'3", 195, 4-star transfer from Miami. Physical, long frame receiver, downfield ability, veteran presence. Been hanging out with Ryan Williams all summer long. Backing him up is a guy named Jalen Hale. I think he got hurt last year. They say he's back. He's up and at him. 6'1", 190. Explosive vertical threat, elite ball skills, and body control. They are expecting for him to have a breakout season. Of course, you know about the electrifying Mr. Hollywood himself, Ryan Williams, 6 feet, 170. I hope he's bigger than 170 at this point. At least 180. Almost. Preseason accolades and everything. But coming back, 5'11", 190. He ain't slow. Rico Scott, compact, strong-handed slot, Z hybrid with powerful yak ability. And I don't know if y'all remember, Rico Scott made some plays. He can make some plays. And I ain't even talking about last year. I'm talking about the year before last. And I think he got banged up. Jermaine Bernard, if you want a route runner who's going to work to get open every time, Jermaine Bernard. The guys at Ohio State may be better than, I don't know if he's on their level. That dude is freakish up there. But this guy, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, he's a worker. He's versatile. He got experience inside and outside. He's a chain mover, and he's dependable. We're going to need that. Backing him up, y'all remember this guy from the defense, Jalen Mbakwe, an athlete, a 5-star athlete. What is he going to bring to the table? Go look at his high school stuff. A lot. Speed, twitchy. He's a gadget player, jet motion. He's strong. So you grab him in the jet sweep, you never know what he may do. Cole Adams made plays last year. 5'10", 185. Shifty. Polished in the slot. Good with his hands. Reliable. And played on them hash marks. He was in that middle. And this guy right here, Lasir Brooks. If you like Ryan Williams, you're going to love Lasir Brooks. If you like Javier Arenas, you're going to love Lasir. If you like Sammy Waddle, Sam, I said Sam. If you like Dennis Waddle, Jalen Waddle, I know some guys named Waddles and I mix them up all the time. But if you like Jalen Waddles, you're gonna love Lasir Brooks. 4-star. That number means nothing. This man, his high school production, going into the first couple games of his senior year, he owned like all the passing records for the state of New Jersey, and he was a 4-star. Matter of fact, he may have still been a 3-star, became a 4-star when DeBoer added him to the class of 2024. The man, class 2025, the man is a player. He made just as many plays on defense. I'm talking about pick sixes. He made play like he was kickoff return. He'd be like, okay, this guy, but then they let that man go out there and play like DB or something. I didn't know when he was doing a kickoff return and when he had a pick six. It was that crazy. He's legit. I watched him in 7-on-7 games dominate. So he got hands and he can hop. That's 6 foot tall. I don't know if he's 6 feet tall, but he goes up and he competes. Lasir Brooks. Write it down. So I'm just looking for a lot of big things out of this group, but it starts with making sure that we protect the quarterback. Don't protect the quarterback, won't happen. Give Ty time to make plays, or Austin, or Keelan. We're getting to a point where I think the boy just wants to be able to I don't know. I can't really diss somebody and say, oh, he's a game manager or he's a superstar quarterback. Like, I don't know, what is that? Dan Marino versus Phil Simms? You know, I can't do neither one of them. But I'll say this offense got to the point where it's so many weapons around. Nobody has to be that dynamic. I mean, he doesn't even have to be that. Our quarterback will be a prolific quarterback going forward because he's throwing to a Lasir or a Cole or Rico Scott or a Jeremy Bernard who getting yak and people are blocking down the field and they're working together. Quarterback just ended up with a Heisman Trophy or something. I'm just saying. But if somebody said his arm talent is questionable, like, yeah, I can see that. But Ty was a 5-star too. So is Keelan. And Austin Mack was a 4-star, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a 3-star. He left high school a year early. I don't know if y'all know that or not. And let's see where I am. So Alabama's receiver group is going to blend veteran experience. I got some big storms brewing outside. They're saying not actually in his play, but in his impact. They are, Ryan Williams is a phenom, just as big a phenom as Julio Jones. I had a man, Vandy Chris, we call him. He's dissing Ryan Williams. He says he only got one route. I'm like, okay, that's okay. Yeah, well, that's all he needed was one route. I saw more than that, but that's okay. Get your laughs in. Everybody laughing right now. But I love when them laughs turn to frowns. So they're going to be explosive. Got versatility. And I love, everybody talk about the H spot and the Z's and the X's. The boy was like, we want to be able to put in just, all the routes, or at least 2 of the positions. I love that. And it really helps Mbakwe if he comes in and gets some time. You don't know where he's going. But we do know one thing, he's strong as a horse, and you better be careful if it's in for a run play and he comes to meet up with your linebacker unexpectedly. You better be ready. I'm saying you see Ryan Williams standing next to a tight end. That's one thing. You see Mbakwe standing next to a tight end. That's another situation. Or Isaiah Horton, huh? We're gonna run that ball. We are gonna run that ball. So that's where we are with this running backs. And something I'll talk about briefly. Connor Talty. If you don't know who that is, that's probably going to be our kicker for this year. I Connor Talton is going to be, I think, our kickoff guy, man, or it's going to be our place kicker and our field goal attempt guy. He may be our place kicker. Kickoff guy, but they got another guy for that. I think that's the guy from Mississippi. What's his name? Tucker Cornelius. He may do some of that, or maybe they'll let Alex Kasparov do it, who's also a punter. He can kick the ball off, but Connor is going to have a very important role. And one is not to make us cry at the end of some of these games. Or I should say at the end of some of these quarters and maybe at the end of one game. If it's any third of the team, offense, defense, special team, that worries me, it is special team. So Connor got a lot of pressure on him. The boy was just talking about they still competing at that spot, those spots. Punters, kickers. And I'm like, man, you got about a month. Figure this out because we here. We are here. And to be honest, I kind of think when we brought in Graham Nicholson, I think that threw everything off. He came in with his Luke Rose Award winning self down from Ball State or Nickel State, wherever he played at. I don't care. I hope he have a good job doing whatever it is he do. Get him a YouTube channel and get it going. I think it ran kickers off who could have been starting, like, you know, as a freshman, sophomore, maybe a sophomore be kicking by now. I don't know. He went out there nervous. I think it made everybody else nervous. Like, if he a Luke Rose Award winner, he's nervous and he's missing these little simple kicks. I know I ain't gonna kill myself. I think just threw things off. They didn't. I just knew walking into a place like Alabama after you kick it in front of 40 a weekend, you come to a place where you're kicking in front of at least 75,000 on the road and 100,000 at home. I just never had high aspirations for that. I'd rather just spend a scholarship or whatever they're doing these days and go get a kicker and just raise them up from the ground. Because right now, Connor Talty, I hope he lives up to his expectation. We need that kicking game to be a net strength. And right now, we're just not at the elite level like we're in a Will Reichert. I mean, Graham won the award. I'm not sure if Will ever won it. I don't even care. That's why Will's in the NFL, because he made kicks that count. This dude came here with his award, and I don't know if he laid his cleats up and didn't go to practice and, you know, smoke beaties all day or whatever he did, but I ain't see it. I did not see it. But last but not least, we have to cover the biggest battle that's been discussed since Miro declared for the draft. That's right, quarterback. So let's take a look at that. Had to take some notes. So we're dealing with we got a lot of people coming in, but they won't matter for this year. So, you know, you got Keelan Russell, got that. All right, yeah, I got to review my notes on that one because. All right, quarterback. QB1 is Ty Simpson. With that, this show is a wrap. Like Perch at the Tuskegee Seafood Market back in '78. I will see you guys next week right here around the herd, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Thursday. I'm going to try to keep this at 5, but it just depends on what the JV football season is. Just to be honest, folks, please support your kids because we all end up supporting your kids if you don't support your kids with our tax dollars, as we will build enough places to incarcerate them if needed. So please support your kids. But anyway, don't forget to give a brother a pound on that subscribe button. Hit the notification button so you'll know when I drop a video or when I go live. I got something coming out in the morning at 5:30. I know I've already done 1 or 2 players that have been transferred. Go check that out. What else we got? And I do want to let you know that this season coming up, I'm not going to cover the whole game, but I will be going live probably 3 game minutes before the fourth quarter. So that means I'll come in there already sauced up and roll tiding and spitting and hollering or crying. One of the two. Yeah, I'll be there. So tell your friends they can find right here on YouTube and Facebook at Tight Sports. And sometimes I go out there in the Badlands or Twitter, better known as X, but I haven't been in a while because when I go to church, the more I go to church, the less I'm on X. So shout out to the sharpshooters podcast. Roll Tide to you, brother. Got to hook up with you eventually. Peace out to the brothers at Auburn Addicts, Water Cooler Talk. Bubba and Old Man, it's SEC season with my main man Tez, and the Up Tempo podcast with my man Dustin. Dustin, you my boy. They are all a fine group of Auburn Americans. With that, we bid you guys adieu. What am I looking at? Oh, yeah. I will see you, like I said, next Tuesday, 7 p.m., right here on Around the Herd. So sorry for your Auburn being downgraded and losing to a possible Big 12 opponent. Hey, you got to start somewhere, but I want you guys to always remember, roll, tide, roll.